We are
Hello.
live from Australia. I'm sorry to wake you up at this incredible hour. It's like 12. It's like
I
after
stayed up.
midnight.
I stayed up. I stayed up. I stayed up. It's like I've been working with
Good, good.
clients
Well,
today.
we're old
Yeah.
friends. I'm just telling everybody out there, we're old friends. Oh, you look fantastic. We're old
Oh,
friends.
thank you.
Huh?
The last time I saw you was in Rome.
It was, and you stayed with us, and it was wonderful. We were
Had
like
a
family.
wonderful time. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah. So it's a long time ago, but we go back. I mean, we've got to go back. Dare I say, we've got to go back 30 odd years when I used to come to you and with my problems. And
Yeah.
in those days, I suppose we use the word clairvoyant. We don't use it as much these days. You were doing tarots, you were an astrologer, but today you're all sorts of things. I'm just letting the audience know. And
Yeah.
you became like a major astrologer for a major magazine in Australia.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got a string of people in Los Angeles, and I don't like using the word celebrity, so I'll just call them famous people. You're allowed to say who they are, but I want to keep it confidential, and if you do too, fine. If you don't mind mentioning them, we will. And you're doing international work. You also do a workshop, which I did personally, called Born to be Free. So let me dive in with, I know a lot of people are skeptical about astrology, and that sounds really weird to me. I don't want to do the talking here, but we're all born at a certain energy of the sun and the moon and the ocean in countries which have their own energy. So if we're born at a certain time under a certain energy, you can't really be too skeptical about it, can you?
No, I think, it's like the whole of I started off with numbers. I started off with numerology. Yeah.
Right.
And I was a single mum. Yeah. So I'd been through the divorce, had the little girl. It's like, and somebody dragged me and had a reading. And it was the last thing I wanted to do because I was so religious. And I said, that's the work of the devil. You don't go and you do that sort of thing. And this woman, I walked in and she went, sit down, name at birth, da-da-da. So I gave it to her and she said, right, you're divorced, you've got a little girl, this is what she wear her hair, you do her hair like this, da-da-da. It's like there's going to be a big court case. It's like your husband's going to try and get custody of your daughter. I said he would never do that. Well, he's going to, but just know that you're going to win. So don't worry when it happens, you're going to get through this. And then she said, in regard to you, she said, you're going to be famous. And she said, and you're going to travel to America. And she said, and you're going to become famous because she said, you're going to work with numbers. And I went, work with numbers what, And she said,
phone numbers.
Yeah. She said, there's this ancient way of understanding the universe and people, and it's called numerology. And it was perfected by Pythagoras in 545 BC. Well, here I am, I'm on a pension, I'm cleaning houses to make ends meet. And this woman says to me, so this is what you're going to do. So she said, you'll start off with numbers and it will be really easy. Now, she said, you will just open a book and the numbers will talk to you. Okay, cool. So then she said, then you're going to study planets. But she said, you won't do, and she said it's called astrology. You won't do astrology the way that people normally do it, because she said, you've got this talent where you'll look at things and you'll go, oh, that's what that means, or what's that means. And people go, where did you get that from? And you'll go, I don't know. So she said, you've got this high level of intuition. Remarkable. And she said, and you'll work with that, with people. But then she said, but then you're also going to study. Now, here's me that did third form at secondary school. That's all I got to. I got 4 out of 100 for mathematics. I got 10 out of 100 for English. I got 14 out of 100 for history and about 19 out of 100 for geography. I got through on all of my creative subjects. 99 for music, you name it. So creativity is a big thing with me and always has been. Yeah. She then said, at the same time that you're going to open these books and start to study this, she said, you're going to have a fascination with the mind. And you are going to meet a man, and this man is going to teach you everything that you need to know to understand what makes a person not be the way that they really are. And it's like, right. And she said, it's called hypnotherapy, but it's called the subconscious mind. She said, you'll become a master to dealing with people's subconscious minds. And she said, and you're going to do work. She said, the best way I can describe it is, it's like people are going to enter an aeroplane and they're going to be in one state. They're going to go on a trip in the aeroplane. The aeroplane is going to land. The people are going to get off and they'll be in a totally different frame of mind. So a different state. You'll take them from this way of being to this way of being. Yeah.
Okay. So you took all of that and you went forward with it. And so what was your first endeavor in using those God-given skills, shall we say, going forward? What did you do then? You started studying, or you met that man?
It's like, well, Max Phipps, who was the first Frankenfurter in the Rocky Horror Show in Melbourne, I met him, and somebody was talking to him about me and about the numerology and about a reading that I had done, and he said, I'd really like to listen to the recording. So I went, sure. And he came over and I played it and he went, right, that's it. So he went and he found this old book on numerology and he just gave it to me. So that was basically the beginning. It's like I met the hypnotherapist. I worked as his personal assistant. And he taught me everything about the subconscious mind. Now, the thing that really fascinated me, Leon, is I would sit and I would do people's charts. Yeah. Great chart. Like we've got a master soul and like you're here to be in the limelight, or you're here to do healing work, or you're going to be teaching, and it's this and this and this. Yeah. And the person would sit there and they would...
When you talk about charts, you talked about the combination of numerology with astrology, or...
Numerology, astrology, it's like, and as you know, it's like my two granddaughters died. And I found that with all of the deaths that happened around me, it's like it was like the opening of something, and I just started getting messages that would come through, and I would get visions when I was sort of talking to people. But the most fascinating thing was I would see these most incredible charts, and the person would sit there and they'd cry and they'd go, that's exactly how I feel. That's exactly what I want to do. But it's not who I am. And I'd go like, hold on a moment, like this is yours. And I call them soul readings. Yeah. And I say to people, listen, what you've got to get is that who you are is a vehicle, and you're a vehicle walking around on planet Earth, housing a soul, and the soul is coming to you, the vehicle, for a reason. It's come onto the planet to do its journey. So what I realized when so many people would sit there and I'd go, right, okay, we've got to look at something here. And then I went and did a whole lot of study in Hawaii with an incredible kahuna over there. And I learned a whole lot more in regard to what was stopping people being who they really are on that soul level. Yeah.
And then you became in demand. Then you pretty much
Yep.
You became in demand all over the world. How did that happen? How did people sort of discover you in Los Angeles? I mean, you've got a string of famous people there and in other countries too. How did that all happen? Because you're from Melbourne, Australia, down under.
Oh, look, I'm from Melbourne, Australia. My father was a farrier, and a blacksmith. My mother just worked running the family business from home. I was born and raised in Ferntree Gully, which is like, back then was like the country of the back of beyond, yeah? But I was very, very fortunate that I met here in Melbourne at the Dancing on the Ceiling tour Lionel Richie and his now ex-wife Brenda. And that's how I got to America. It's like
Wow.
I did their charts for them, and I told them something, and this is in print, so it's okay for me to share this. I told them something that only the both of them knew. Nobody else knew what it was that I was talking about. And he went, whoa, hold on a minute. Yeah. Because he first said to me, I don't believe this, what you do. And I said, well, it's like this. I'm not a fan of yours and I don't have any of your records. So does that make us even? And he just laughed, and his then wife laughed because she knew that I wasn't like a groupie. Yeah. And so that started it. And then I just became a part of the family, and
he's opened the door. He's opened the door for a whole lot of people.
Opened the door for me. Yeah. And then over in London, it's like my career
come and visit me.
Yeah, because of you, but also London was a Greek singer by the name of Demis Roussos.
Right.
So, you know, was like very, very well known. So he was the first celebrity, big star that I ever actually did the charts for. Yeah.
And now you've sort of extended yourself. You're doing like motivational transitional coaching as well, aren't you? Or speaking as well. You're speaking.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do a lot of things, but I think the thing is, Leon, as I say to people, I've been in the game for 40 years. You know, like that's a long time. Yeah. And people go, oh my God, you do so many different things. And it's like, well, yeah, because I've been on the planet for quite a long time. Yeah.
Join the club.
And it's like, and as I got one qualification, I then learned, I'd look at people, I go, right, I need to learn this. So then I would learn something else, and then I would learn something else. So, and then I created Born to Be Free, which is 29.
Yeah, tell us about Born to Be Free.
Okay, and it's really interesting in regard to Born to Be Free, and I absolutely love it, but it's interesting in regard to that side of my work and what's going on the planet at the moment. Because Born to Be Free is a process, it's a program that deals with transforming all of the negativity that we hold at a subconscious level. So it's transforming all of your fears into positives, and it's transforming all of your negative beliefs to positives. And I've actually got on my website, and please, everybody, please go onto my website, Teymara, TEYMARA.com. On the home page, if you go down a bit, there is a free
It'll be
recording.
down here when we finish the interview. I'll put it on. It'll be in your bio.
Yeah, it's like everybody, it's free. I have made it free. That sells at my seminars for $44. I've made it free for people all over the world because we've got to keep ourselves free of all of the negativity so that therefore we can get through this. It's the negativity that's really bringing people down. So if you're free of like fear, anger, hurt, sadness, guilt, resentment, worry, frustration, shame, envy, jealousy, bitterness, and pain, get it out, clear it out. So a lot of people are listening to it like every day to keep their energy up and keeping themselves positive during this period of time. And then I'm saying to people, visualize what you want. Yeah, don't get caught up. Stop listening to the news, for goodness sake. It's like that's all being programmed. They all have their agendas. Every mainstream news, you sit there, you watch it, it's going in and it's going in, and you're being programmed with it, and you're being programmed to go into this fear. Stop it. I haven't listened to the news.
You're sort of going into a healing process these days, really, aren't you?
Absolutely.
I mean, you're really healing people.
Absolutely. Yeah. And by getting rid of all of that, but in Born to Be Free, as you know, lack of confidence, low self-esteem, fear of financial scarcity, fear of the future, fear of the unknown, fear of rejection, fear of being abandoned, all of that, you're not born with it. You're born clear. And all of these fears we learn, and we learn it in the first 10 years of our lives. And I explain it in Born to Be Free like this. Listen, when you're born with an aeroplane and you're the pilot. But in the first 10 years of your life, you're learning how to fly the aeroplane. Every person and every situation in your life in those first 10 years have total access to your automatic pilot, and they program it. And then what they do, they throw away the key. So from the age of 10 on, your automatic pilot is running you. So your emotional responses to things are not even you. It's how you've been programmed to respond. So Born to Be Free is about going in and transforming all of that at the subconscious level. Then you become free. Then you can start being your soul's energy that it's come here to be and to do on the planet. And right now we're needing as many people to get who they really are and to get into that new energy, because we're going from 3D to 5D. We're going where our energy vibration is changing, but you have to be aware of what exactly is going on. 3D, old type of paradigm. 5D is all of this incredible positivity. And our planet, it's like we've got big stuff that's coming up. And I'm excited. I'm excited. And I mean, I've got my daughter on the planet. I've got my grandson who is like nearly 15 on the planet. And I'm still here. And I went, thank you, God, that I am here to experience what's going to be happening. I'm excited. I'm excited. So please, people,
That sounds
go into
great.
fear.
And I hope everyone out there's excited just listening to Teymara, because I assure you, as she says, she's been in the game for 40 years, so she knows a bit of stuff. Now, what's your main, I mean, you've got such a wide range of skills. What's your main, I mean, you're still doing personal chart readings?
Yes.
Yes.
All over the world. I'm doing them at the moment. It's like inundated from all over the world, doing Skype chart readings for people. Yeah.
Okay. People find you that's also on your website, yeah?
On the website. Yeah. All they have to do is just drop me a little message
So
at the bottom of the, yep.
So if they want it, so Born to Be Free, they can find on the same website as personal chart readings.
Born to Be Free is only done in Australia.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
Well, for the Aussies that are watching, we're going to put that down. And the chart readings, where do they find you? On the internet?
No, on my website.
Okay, great.
Yeah, on my website.
Amazing. And but you're staying put in Australia, obviously, because you can't go anywhere at the moment. So it must be a little bit tough.
No, not at the moment. I want to come back to Rome, and I want to come to London.
Come to London and see me.
Yeah, I've got clients in Lithuania, and they're wanting to promote and be promoters and bring Born to Be Free to London. So it's there in Europe. Yeah.
You told us a minute ago about 5D and how excited you are. Do you want to share with us why you're excited, what you can see for the future, and what we should be expecting as the new gift, if there's such a thing? What are we to expect when all this lifts one day?
Okay. Well, what I'm saying to people is that our lives will never be the same again. Our lives are going to be better. There's going to be like a new financial system that will be in place, and that will apply to all of the world. I'm also getting very, very strongly that what is happening at the moment, we've got this whole lot of light energy that is coming onto the planet. And when this comes in, it's like you start to vibrate at a different energy level. So I'm saying to people, if you are sleeping a lot at the moment, great, just do it. If you're really, really tired, just rest, because this is like, it's a rewiring of us and the way that we're going to be functioning spiritually. The more self-sufficient we can be, the better. It's like over here, we've got this fabulous, fabulous contraption that is all organic, and you can grow your own vegetables in it, and it's portable. It's like, it's phenomenal. And it's got a whole cover over it, so like the insects don't get to it. Yeah. Our food, we're going to, all of the muck that they put into, all of the, you know, the harmful ingredients that they put into our foods, it's like all of that is going to be removed.
Pesticides and all that stuff.
Yeah, I feel that it's like we'll have like more organic, more naturally grown foods will come into play. I also have a very, very strong feeling that there will be a whole restructure around paying taxes. All of that is going to change. The large, big organizations are going to be restructured. So it's more of an energy that I'm getting. It's going to be more power to the people. So it's not about us being controlled and run anymore. Things are going to change, and that's why I'm so excited.
Amazing. What about relationships? Because I'm already feeling that you know, man-woman relationships are changing. Like
this is an interesting one, Leon, because what I have found is that I've had there's been a lot of domestic violence that's happened over here. I don't know how it's been like over
it's
there.
Everywhere. Yeah. Here as well.
It's like you've got people confined to homes. So, and in relationships, we had all of this diversions that we used to have, and we don't have them anymore. So we're confined to home, and so all of that stress energy. So people are actually looking at each other going, well, who are you? You know, like, I don't know this person, because you've just been very busy doing life and living life. So I feel that there's going to be like a lot of relationships that will break up during this period of time, but then there's a lot of relationships that will get stronger during this period of time. But, you know, it's like I do an affirmation, it's a Born to Be Free affirmation. And if people are wanting that, I'm really, really happy to email that out to them. But a part of that is that it's like, I now attract into my life the person who is right for me. It's really easy. You know, people go, oh, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to go online, and I'm going to meet someone, or yeah. And I just say to people, that's what you do. And if you're on your own, it's like you have to learn to live on your own. You have to learn to be okay with just being you. And by being you and being okay with being on your own and being with you, then you're in a better space to actually attract in the right type of person.
Wow, so much to think about. I'm sure you've left our viewers with a lot to resonate on. That's amazing. What time is it? Oh, we've done 25 minutes. So for everyone out there, I mean, for me, it's been a sort of I haven't seen Teymara for years, so it's been delightful to see you. And I'm going to be putting all your contacts down the bottom, because we'll be uploading this, and this will also eventually go on YouTube. So
right.
I'm going to let you go to bed, because it's getting into 1 a.m., isn't it? Fantastic
it's
to
like,
see you.
Now I'm wound up. Now I'm going to have to watch, you know, like some television to see what's going on.
Oh, really?
Yeah? Oh, and by the way, it's like Trump's going to be fine. It's like, you know, it's like his illness is going to go, and it's like, and he's doing a lot, and it's like, and I'm doing a lot of support at the moment from over here in regard to people that are working on child sex trafficking. So like bringing all of that down, and the pedophilia and all of that sort of thing, you know, taking it, you know, just, it's like, it's got to go. It has to go. So there's a lot of work that we're doing sort of like undercover in regard to that at the moment all over the world. So it's fascinating. But it's like, you know my love of children.
I do.
Absolutely.
And I do. And you have not lost one skerrick of energy. In fact, I think you've gained more energy since I've seen you, which is a long time ago. So it's fantastic to see that you've kept that level of energy up, and that you're helping so many people, and the way in which you care sincerely. I know you run a business, you've got to run a business, but bottom line, I remember my first reading with you, and I passed the money across the table, and you passed it back to me, and I said, why? And you said, because. And, you know, and that's really where you come from. Yeah, I remember that. And that's really where you
Yeah.
come from. You run a business, but the bottom line is you're a healer, a carer, and you want to see people uplifted, and you want to see the
Oh God,
world
yes.
as a better place.
Oh, absolutely,
That's really
absolutely,
your
and this
that's
is
really
why.
your prime interest.
Absolutely. And this is why I'm so excited with, you know, with the information that I have gleaned and the intel that I have, that is giving me, you know, the information in regard to exactly what is going on. But I'm just saying to people, you know, like if you're told to stay inside, if you're told to stay down in lockdown, it's like, please do it. It's like it's being done for a higher purpose. Just know that. Yeah, it's like it's being
Can I throw a curveball at you?
absolutely.
How long? This is I don't blame you if you can't answer this. How long will this go on before it lifts? I mean, look, thank God I'm fine. I had it in March. I'm over it. I got antibodies. I had a small thing of it, but it's not just about me. So I'm fine, but there's no guarantees. But when do you, I mean, do we have a timeline for this? Are you getting any messages? Are you channeling anything that
Absolutely.
gives us,
Yeah,
gives,
absolutely, Leon. And it's like I remember saying at the beginning of the year, because I do like the yearly outline, and then I do
Mhm,
every month. Yeah,
mhm.
and that goes up on my Facebook page and my Instagram. Yeah, what, you know, like what's happening for the month. And at the beginning of the year, I just went, listen, it's 2020. So what does that mean? 2020 vision. Open your eyes.
Ooh,
Also, what else? 2020 comes to what? The number
four,
22. In the Old
22.
Testament, it's yep, in the Old Testament it's stated it takes 22 steps to get to God. So this, and I said this is going to be a year that it's about good and evil. You're either going to be goodly godly, or you're going to be going on the negative, the evil side. Yeah. So it's about making choices in regard to how you want to be as a human being on the planet going forward. And I remember Robert Kiyosaki, when I did study with him, he taught me how to present seminars, loved him. And he said, listen, it's not about I win and you lose. Life is about I win, you win. And what's happened, we've lost that. We've lost that. It's been we win, which is like all of these large organizations, the people that run the financial structure of the world. Yeah, we win, you lose. So what's happening now this year, all of this that's happening is about bringing in balance, and it's about win-win, and it's about looking after each other. It's like, what can I do for you? Now, planet Saturn has also been in the sign of Capricorn. Capricorn and Saturn together are a fairly heavy combination. Now, we've had it, it came in at the end of 2017 into Capricorn. It stayed through until around about the 21st of March. So then we had a break from the 21st of March to the 2nd of July. And I just went, right, this is when we're going to have the opportunity of beating this coronavirus. So when we went into Gemini, and the Gemini finished in the July energy, the fact that certain people in positions of power didn't get on top of it, made silly decisions, made decisions based on money, it meant that it's like, oh my God, here we go. It's like it's going to stick around, because on the when we got to the 2nd of July, Saturn, that had gone out of Capricorn for that window of time, came back into Capricorn again, and it stays until the 17th of December.
2020,
So,
right? Yeah.
yep. So I'm saying to people, okay, at worst, we're looking at around that 17th of December, that period of time. And then we've got a really positive, very, very powerful aspect that's going to happen on the 21st of December. So I've been saying to people, basically get ready for around the 22nd of December, because I have a feeling people are going to wake up that morning and they're going to be very different.
In a good way.
This period,
in a good way.
Yeah, in a good way. In a good way.
Amazing.
If they have decided to use this period of time to get to know who they really are on a soul level, what the soul has come to do in this vehicle that I call a skin bag. Yeah. Okay. So what the soul, why it's come into the skin bag, the vehicle that is you, what it's come to do here on the planet. And we're gathering in and a lot more, and it's getting stronger and stronger. I remember the kahuna, Uncle George, said we need 144,000 like warriors. And at a time when they all come together, they will be needed, because the planet's going to go through a big shift and change. And that's what's happening at the moment. And that's what my work's all about. It's about getting people clear of all of their negativity, getting them positive, getting them onto their path, doing what it is that they've come here to do, and not being afraid to be that. And I'm telling you, it's like way back then, it's like I was labeled like the biggest kook on planet Earth. Yeah, because of my work. Yeah, but I've just stuck with it because my gut feeling, and that's another thing. Everybody, listen to your gut feelings. Your gut feelings are spot on. I call gut feelings God's message to you. And people go, how do I know if it's a gut feeling or a fear? I go, easy. Fears make sense. Gut feelings don't.
Incredible information. I'm going to go and absorb it. And for everyone out there, thank you. Teymara Antonia Wright. You don't mind if I use your middle name there? I like it. It's quite romantic.
No, that's cool.
And
yeah.
And thank you. Thank you again. And I'm sure you've given all our viewers a lot to just contemplate about life and how to walk into an improved life and into a more joyful life. And the only way you can do that, and how to share with others and stop thinking about ourselves. Teymara, has been delightful. All Teymara's information will be on the bottom. And lovely to see you. And
great to see you.
Lots of love.
Okay, and you need to do a reading because you're an Aquarian, and we've got some changes coming in for Aquarius. Okay. So
I'm going to do a reading with you. So I'll be in touch. And thank you for that. Thanks for reminding me. Teymara's the sort of person that reminds you to have a reading.
I don't forget. I know people's birthdays. I know their star signs.
I know. It's amazing. And with the thousands of people that you've read for, you still remember me. Amazing.
Yeah.
Teymara,
how can you forget Leon?
Have a wonderful morning now, because it's way early in the morning. From all the way from Melbourne, Australia. Hope to see you soon. Take care.
Great. Bye. God bless everybody. God bless everybody.
Thank you, Teymara. Bye. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.